I was 26 when a truck ran a red light and destroyed everything I thought I was. Before that day, I was Max Reynolds, long distance runner, mountain climber, part time coach, full time dreamer. Every inch of my life revolved around movement. I moved to think, I moved to breathe, I moved to escape things I didn't want to face, like my father's death when I was 15, or the fact that I never told my mother how much I admired her for raising two kids alone. But on that October morning, all of it was ripped away in seconds. It was supposed to be a short jog to clear my head before meeting with a sponsor. I remember the sun warming my face, the chill in the wind, and the smell of coffee drifting from the corner cafe. Then I heard it, a screech, a scream, and glass shattering. Black. When I woke up in the hospital 3 days later, my mother was there, eyes red, her hand gripping mine too tightly. The doctor stood behind her. His words hit harder than any impact ever could. You've sustained a severe spinal cord injury, Max. I'm afraid you may never walk again. May, that word is cruel. It's not hope, it's a haunting. It leaves the door open, but only just enough for the wind to chill your bones. I laughed when they told me that. Not because it was funny, but because it was easier than crying. The weeks after were a blur of white lights, beeping machines, and invasive silence. I watched the muscles in my legs shrink, the color fade. I saw pity in every nurse's eyes and avoided the mirror like it was fire. My girlfriend left, not immediately, but gradually. First came fewer visits, then less eye contact, until one day she didn't come at all, but my brother, Lucas, he stayed. He'd wheel me into the rehab room every morning at 7 a.m., even when I screamed, even when I begged him to stop. One day, I lost it. "Why do you keep doing this?" I shouted. "It's over, Luke. I'm done. Look at me. I'm half a man." He stood there, staring at me in silence. Then he bent down, leveled his eyes with mine, and said something I'll never forget. "You're right. You're half a man, but you're not done. You're just in the middle of the fight." Something cracked open inside me that day. Not in anger, not in denial, but in the smallest flicker of belief. I started trying. At first, it was barely anything. Flexing a toe, lifting a finger. But every twitch was a victory. Every tiny movement was a whisper in the dark. Keep going. It wasn't pretty. I fell. I cried. I bled. There were nights I screamed into my pillow until I passed out. But I showed up every day, every damn day. 3 months in, I stood on parallel bars for the first time. My knees buckled. I collapsed, but I stood. 6 months in, I took a step with braces and support, but it was my step. 1 year in, I walked, not far, not fast, but I walked out of the hospital on my own 2 feet. And that's when I realized something. The body isn't where strength begins. It's the mind, the will, the part of you that refuses to die, even when everything else does. I rebuilt my life from there. I became a motivational speaker, not because I wanted attention, but because people needed to know it was possible. That failure isn't the end. That pain isn't permanent. That you are not defined by what's taken from you, but by what you do with what's left. I visited rehab centers, talked to trauma victims, sat with teenagers who thought the world was better off without them. And every time I said the same thing. You don't need to believe in miracles, just believe in one more try. Years passed. My steps became stronger. My fear became quieter. One day, I returned to that same cafe, the one from before the accident. I sat there with a coffee in hand and a view of the crosswalk where everything changed. And I smiled. Not because I got back what I lost, but because I gained something I never had before. Purpose. If you're watching this and you feel broken, hear me now. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are your comeback. You are your fight. You are the quiet victory that no one else sees. This channel exists for people like you, for people like me. This is Victory with Max, and we're just getting started.